All right, guys. So a lot of you might not know that this is not my first YouTube channel, and I wanted to do a little story time talking about my first YouTube channel, just the horrible mistakes that I made along the way, why I decided to delete my old YouTube channel and start this one, and kind of the timeline in terms of all of it. So I started my old channel, which was, I've really only had two channels on YouTube. I mean, I guess I've had like a few other videos on random channels, but in general, I've had two main channels. The first channel that I had ended up getting to around 4,500 subscribers. Most of them were dead subscribers, meaning that they really weren't watching my videos anymore. I guess that's why I ended up deleting the channel, which really didn't make much sense. Yeah, I don't even know why I deleted that channel. Like, to have a monetized channel on YouTube, unless you're like really famous and you can just tell people to sub like right away and you get the watch hours right away and the subscribers, it's actually very valuable. So that was just a dumbass decision by me. I think I thought it had something to do with the like IP address or something, and I didn't want my old channel to affect my new channel. But I mean, you can have as many YouTube channels as you want, I believe, as long as you put them like monetized on different bank accounts. You can do that. So that was pretty dumb. But the first channel I ever had, it was called Sportix, and it's just really fucking nerdy. There's no other way around it. I mean, I look back at some of the stuff that I did. I mean, I still, I guess, am a nerd, but like back then, the name was from, it was supposed to be, the channel was supposed to be a combination of sports and politics. So sport and then ICS, Sportix, sports politics. Just so fucking stupid. Like, you should never do that. Like, I don't know. I think I was like 17, 18 at the time, whatever, but it's just like the idea that you're going to combine a sports and political niches together and that's going to work. It's just dumb as shit. But I guess that's what I thought at the time. I really didn't know anything about YouTube, so I just kind of went into it. And the first video I ever uploaded, unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to like show you guys screenshots of anything. The only thing I was able to find was, I believe the Twitter name is Sportix Ads with just like a period. I'm going to show pictures of it. Just the only reason I had this account, this was like my secondary Twitter account, was because, I mean, this was back in like 2018, way before Elon took over, way before anything. Twitter allowed you to like schedule tweets. So it was like my ads channel. So I would put in the description, at the time I was kind of like a cryptocurrency channel back in 2018 and I was big into the altcoin Digibyte. So I would like put in like schedule out like 10 tweets an hour apart and it's saying all the same thing with the hashtags to try and get the videos views. But that's like the only archive I have of my old channel. There's no actually there is one video I have saved on my computer, and maybe I'll show that at some point, but just the timeline of it, basically, it was my senior year in high school. I don't even want to, I mean, I could talk about high school another time. That's like a 40-minute video in and of itself. I was a loser in high school, but that's another video. I'm sure a lot of us were, honestly, but either way, when it comes to my YouTube career, it really started towards the end of 2017. The first video I ever uploaded was in September of 2017. It was a reaction to Ohio State losing to Oklahoma. I'm sure you guys remember Ohio State facing Oklahoma in that home and home. And then, Ohio State won on the road in 2016, and then they lost, and Baker Mayfield did the flag plant. And then like 5 or 6 days later, something like that, like September of 2017 is when I made a reaction video to that. And I was like, Urban Meyer can't be starting JT Barrett, all that. I mean, that's a while ago, but that's kind of what I was talking about, and saying that Joe Burrow or Haskins needs to start because Joe Burrow was on the roster at the time. How funny would that have been? But I just uploaded like 3 videos. Another video was the Cleveland Indians, who are now called the Guardians. God damn, does shit change. Everything's changing. But yeah, the Cleveland Indians at the time, they lost to the Yankees, and it was just an epic meltdown by the Indians. I wanted the Indians to win. They won 100 games. They had the best run differential in MLB, and that video ended up getting like 7,000 or 8,000 views, and I said that Terry Francona should retire or something. But it's just so cringy because I was younger, and you're just randomly talking like a little 3-year-old kid into a microphone, and you're just being recorded. And I remember how I would set up my camera. I had no tripod. Well, it's my iPhone. Let's be honest. Yeah, I don't have a professional camera. That's another funny story. I tried to buy a professional camera for YouTube, and I thought, The iPhone camera is pretty effing good. Imagine just buying a camera and the only thing it's dedicated to is filming. You would think if an iPhone, which does all these different things that cost like $800, has an amazing camera, I should be able to buy a regular camera for $300 or $400 and it would be crazy good. So I tried to do that. The camera was shit. Guys, if you're going to buy a camera for YouTube, it's going to cost you $1,000. I'm just telling you right now. Or, I know I'm just kind of saying random numbers out of my ass, but it's going to cost you a lot. Like, seriously, if you try and go cheap on a camera, you're better off just using your iPhone camera. If you have an Android, I don't know how good their cameras are, but in general, I was like mind blown at how shitty the camera was. I was like, I thought your only job was to record video. Why would you be in like fucking 720? Where's the 1080? So I realized that the hard way. I probably tried to buy a new camera probably like in the summer of 2018, right after I graduated high school or something, and it was just complete shit. Maybe it was in the spring of 2018, but nonetheless, getting back to my YouTube journey. So I made 3 videos towards the end of 2017. They were all sports related. The other video I made was, I think the video was titled "Why Aaron Rodgers is Better Than Tom Brady." Just a complete dumbass video. That's obviously not correct, but that's what you do when you're young. You do dumb shit like that. So I did 3 videos like that. I still remember when I had my job going into the bathroom and trying to check the YouTube analytics on my few videos that I had. And at that point, the YouTube analytics was so shit, guys. Like, you couldn't even, it was hard to even read it. Like, you're trying to understand, what do I have to upload? You can't even see the analytics because they were shitty. Now, if you're starting a channel, the analytics are a lot better, but it is so oversaturated, so it's hard. It was still hard back then. It was oversaturated, but obviously, you're going to have a major advantage trying to start a channel 4 years ago than right now, because more and more people keep using the internet. People's attention spans keep getting shorter with TikTok and all that bullshit, and that really affected YouTube because it took a lot of younger viewers away. But either way, I made 3 videos, and then I think it had to have been my 4th video. I got into Digibyte, which is an altcoin. And honestly, Digibyte, if you look at it during the 2 bull runs, it hasn't performed that bad. It's been okay. I would not recommend buying it. I'm going to buy a lot of cryptocurrency for this next bull run. I'm probably not going to buy Digibyte unless I just want to troll, because I did make a lot of videos on it. And I remember making my first video in 2018. Oh, there's some funny stories on cryptocurrency, guys. I had this like $2,000 transfer from Litecoin to Bitcoin, and I was at school, and I thought I was a badass because I had a $2,000 transfer. This was this was during the like early start of the bull run before alt season, when Litecoin was really high. I actually would have made so much money off of Litecoin. Maybe I'll do a cryptocurrency video, because this is not what this is supposed to be, but yeah, I invested in Litecoin in the fall of 2017, 30 Litecoins, and Litecoin went from like $70 when I bought it. What was it at? 320 was the high, and I had 10K in my portfolio, and I was like, oh my god. And of course, I completely botched the entire thing. I think I ended up cashing out like 2K total, and that was from like me, I think I ended up losing on that whole thing was a mess. But I had this big time transfer, I remember, and I got in a single car accident where I fucking banged my tire up against, I was trying to come home. I was skipping school that's another story for another day. But just getting back to my YouTube journey, so I uploaded a Digibyte video. The reason I chose Digibyte was because it was worth like less than a cent, and you're young, you have no money. The idea is you go for the cheapest thing possible that at least has, potential to do something. And Digibyte was trading on many of the major platforms. It wasn't on Coinbase at that time or anything, but it was on like Binance and Bittrex and stuff. So I was like, I'll do this one. It's worth like 3 cents or something. It's like the most popular one that's worth nothing. And I remember I uploaded the first video. Like when I was a senior, I used to get home at like noon. So I just filmed the video after I got home, and then I uploaded it. And in the span of 3 hours, it got 50 views. And that was like, whoa, that was crazy good for me. And that's how you could tell you have like a niche. You're developing a niche when you get unique viewers right off the bat. So I remember seeing that. I can't even, visualize what analytical thing I was looking at, guys, just because it was so, it was just old. I don't know. There was no I don't think there was a YouTube studio. It wasn't anything like it was today, but I just remember seeing uploaded 3 hours ago, 50 views. Maybe I looked at the video and I was like, wow, this thing actually has some traction. So I started making Digibyte videos, and I made them like at the worst time because this was like right after all the altcoins hit their all-time highs in January of 2018. Like literally the worst time to start cryptocurrency for YouTube because it's the start of the bear market and you're not going to get any views doing that. But I ended up, making some videos on Digibyte. I think I was pretty much only making videos on Digibyte throughout, mid 2018. And I had traction. I got monetized. I got 2,000 or 3,000 subs. And then during the fall of 2018, I was still kind of doing some like daily price updates on it. It would get a few thousand views. I mean, for that community, it's actually decent. I don't know how that community is probably dead by now, but for me, it was like decent at the time. It was kind of alive, even with, the price of everything going down and us entering a bear market. I mean, none of us really knew we were entering a bear market because the price kept like hovering around 3 or 4 cents and Bitcoin wasn't going crazy down. And we were all just ignorant. But obviously, I mean, if you look back, 2018 was shit, 2019 was shit, 2020 was horrible because of the pandemic. And then obviously if you held, of course I didn't, I was early into crypto and guys, the reason I'm not rich right now, there's one word to explain why I'm not rich. Cause you think, wow, you got in crypto early. Lazy. I'm a lazy motherfucker. There's no denying it. I should have worked my ass off at any job, whether it's Amazon or whatever, and just bought Ethereum. That's all I should have done. And I would be in an unbelievable position right now. So that just goes to show you if you're lazy as shit, and I never wanted to work because I'm lazy and I don't want to work those jobs because it's just, there's just no excuse for it, for me to be that. I got in crypto that early, and there's just such a great buying opportunity during the pandemic, and that's another thing. Maybe I'll do that in a crypto video, but just getting back to my YouTube, I was still doing the Digibyte videos. And then I started doing other just cringy videos, dude. Just cringe stuff on like trans. I mean, I guess the trans stuff wasn't even that big at the time. That was like late 2018 or something. I was doing stuff on that. 2019, going into 2019, I was just barely... No, I would say I was still uploading. Yeah, I was uploading... Yeah, I was uploading a decent amount in 20... I'm trying to remember the years. 2019, I mean, I was trying to do NFL videos. 2019, I did do a March Madness video, and I think that's how some people found my new channel, because my old channel I did March Madness, and my new channel I did March Madness. Guys, March Madness, when I had no subscribers, it's like an auto glitch. All you have to do is fill out a bracket and you're like guaranteed to get 30K views, which for YouTube is crazy. You might say, oh, 30K, I could get that on TikTok. Guys, it's not even close to the same. 30K YouTube views, that's like equaling 3 million TikTok views. I'm not even kidding. And to get that from like doing those March Madness videos, like they're just, the last one that I did last year, it got me like 110K views. They're just auto glitches to get free views if you fill out an entire bracket, and it takes like 30 minutes and you've got the ad revenue and the mid-roll ads rolling in. Oh, you're making bank off of that. Yeah, for sure. But I did do March Madness. I did one March Madness prediction. I should have kept doing other March Madness videos. I don't know why I didn't, but that was 2019 because 2020 we didn't even have a March Madness tournament because of the pandemic. But I ended up doing that. Later in 2019, I would film different videos. I wasn't making anything. I think I was getting like YouTube checks to my house. I didn't even have my direct deposit set up. I was getting like $130, $140 in 2019, making nothing, trying to do it on YouTube. I was also selling stuff, but I wasn't making jack shit, and I wasn't working hard at all. I would upload. I don't even know what my upload schedule was. God, that would have been, I wish I could go back and see what my upload schedule was. It would be so interesting. It might have been like, was it one video a day? Like, I can't even remember. It was certainly not 2 videos. It was like maybe one video every 2 days, every 3 days. It was so bad because I would have to, put my camera. I didn't have a tripod. I'd have to stack these Christmas boxes, these storage boxes on top of each other, and then put my phone up and use a tape thing that I had set up just to get my, iPhone in the right spot. Just horrible. And then my iPhone just rendering all the render files, oh my God, onto my Mac. It was terrible. It was just completely inefficient, and I didn't even know what to make. So then we go into 2020. I was barely uploading anything. I was still trying to do a few Digibyte videos here and there. Oh, yes. So my biggest video ever, it was I want to say this happened in 2018 when Ohio State lost to Purdue. That night I did a video outside, like in my backyard, and I think the video did I forget, it was either 130K or like 120K, something like that, views. And it was just me trying to act like a jackass to get views. That's basically all we did back then. You just try and just scream about shit to get views. I mean, that was it. But yeah, I was like, oh my God, how does this happen again with Ohio State? Because the year before they had lost to they lost to Iowa, and then in 2019 I think they lost to Purdue. Yeah, and then, or no, 2018 they lost to Purdue, right? I don't know, I'm getting my years confused. Either way, that was the biggest video I've ever done when that ended up happening, when they lost to Purdue. But just getting back to it, like during the pandemic and everything, it was miserable. I barely uploaded anything, mainly because like my family was home and I don't like recording when my family's home. That happens with a lot of YouTubers, by the way. We don't like recording with people because it's very awkward. There's just no denying it. You'd rather like have an empty house, things like that, when you record, and not have people listen to you while you're recording shit. So I didn't really do much. I mean, that was just such a horrible period in my life. I mean, I was so lazy. I should have been working. I was not making shit off of YouTube. I was doing nothing. It was just like that time that when I was young, like that's just a void. It's gone. It's gone. You've wasted it. Congratulations. Dude, that was the one time in my life where I would sleep. I was never like this, ever. I would never sleep in. That was the one time. You know how teenage kids sleep until like 2 o'clock in the afternoon and shit? I would never do that. Dude, I remember going to bed at 1 o'clock. This was all during like March 2020, April 2020, May 2020. Everything is shut down. You can't even go to the gym. And I would sleep from 1 a.m. to like 11 a.m. or noon. I think I was growing rapidly at that time or something. I don't know what was happening. But that, dude, nowadays, I can't sleep for shit. I literally go to sleep at 1:30 and wake up at 6:15. Oh my God, is it horrible. That was like the one time I just couldn't stop sleeping. It was crazy. But yeah, other than that, you know, my channel ended up, like, the channel was going nowhere. I had about 4,000 views for like 7 months. You could definitely consider the channel Sportix at that time pretty much dead. You know, pretty much no matter what I uploaded. Like, I was trying to upload videos on NFL and stuff, and they were all horrible quality, and it wasn't getting views, and most of my subscribers were from cryptocurrency, but I wanted to get out of crypto because their crypto was just completely dead at that time. You know, looking at it in 2020 with the pandemic, everything hitting an all-time low. And then I decided to pull the plug on the channel in September of 2020, go in a complete different direction, start a channel, which is this channel, covering the 2020 election, which was also a fucking terrible decision, by the way. I don't even know how I got this channel off the ground after those horrible videos to start, but, and kind of the rest is history. And then I've been able to find different niches with this channel, but that's kind of the story of my old channel. So it got around, I don't remember the exact subscriber count I had. It might have been like 4.7K or something, if I'm going to be completely honest. It was somewhere around there. I don't think I ever got to 5K, but me deleting it was pretty dumb because, you know, no matter what, if you can have 2 different monetized channels, that's really good, you know, to have that as a weapon just in case you want to do something completely different on it. But I do think it was a situation where I was like, I need a clean slate. I need a fresh start. And that was kind of my strategy when it came to just deleting the entire channel pretty much off the face of the earth outside of that secondary, you know, whatever you want to call it, like ads or whatever. I made a freaking Twitter account to put out ads, and I'd schedule the tweets, and it'd probably give me like 5 extra views, just a giant ass waste of time. But you're young and you're stupid and you're trying to do shit to make money. That's basically it. It's just really inefficient, you know, it is what it is. But that channel that I made, it was mainly based around cryptocurrency. I guess you could also say the March Madness video did well. A few different reaction videos did well to sports, the Ohio State reactions. There was a few other reaction videos. I really don't remember everything. I know a lot of it was really cringy, really bad. A lot of the stuff on this channel is as well, but it just is what it is, you know. I'm like doing videos on cryptocurrency. What are you gonna do, you know? I do love crypto, but And I feel like I was kind of an early adopter to it, but that was just kind of the situation surrounding my old channel. So this was not my first channel. This is my second channel. I really don't have any other channels, but I just wanted to, talk about it because it is kind of an interesting origin path for me, with my first channel being that. And the only regret that I have is I really should have done it earlier, I would tell people start YouTube as early as possible. That's what I would say. If you can start it when you're like a sophomore in high school, dude, that's great. I mean, I started it, but I like barely even uploaded it. I started it when I was a senior in high school and only uploaded, 3 videos to start at the end of 2017, and then I really started going with the Digibyte stuff in 2018. But still, it's like, start as early as possible, get that backlog going, try and find unique viewers. What are people searching for? What are people trying to look at? You have to make sure you identify a base of support, people that actually want to watch your content, people that are craving the stuff that you're talking about or showing. That's really what it comes down to with YouTube, although it's way easier said than done. You could do everything right and still not get views, just because the oversaturation on YouTube and starting a channel right now is so ridiculously challenging. So for me, I'll say, my old channel, it's all just a growing pattern. You just have to grow. I mean, it was shit. There's no doubt about it. But of course it's shit. You're doing something new. You're trying something new. When you start it, you're not going to be immediately amazing. Maybe some people are. Some people do start their channels and immediately get views, and that's great for them. But 95% of us follow a path like mine, where you open a channel, you post like 300 videos, you've got 4,000 views, you say, fuck it, this thing sucks, I'm starting a new channel. And you finally find something after, my new channel didn't even get monetized until a year. 1 year after I started posting, it got monetized. YouTube is a fickle bitch. There's no denying it. It's a fickle bitch. And some people say, oh, it's easy because it's just like, I understand some people do get views, but most of us sit here and just grind our asses off because it's fickle, dude. Like, this is not, it's not TikTok. You're not going to upload something with your smiley face and get like 5 million views. That's not how YouTube works. You upload long form 10-minute videos and you have 20 subscribers. Bro, good luck. Good fucking luck, because it is very hard. But guys, that is just kind of my origin story I wanted to talk about, just kind of rant about it a little bit on my beginning. Again, unfortunately, I do have one video saved that I might show in like a secondary video I do on this, like a storytime video of me. It's just a super cringy video that I recorded. But either way, guys, that is going to do it for this video. Make sure you're following me on X. Link to that's always in the description.